This afternoon, we are with Christina Henley. Christina Henley, in my opinion and through my eyes, is a powerhouse. First of all, Christina, you hosted us in your awesome home for multiple nights during this 50-state journey. We had such a great time with you.
We did have fun.
We had so much fun and so many great conversations and, you know, so many real conversations too.
Yes.
And a lot of that was based on just being a strong person. It was about, you know, being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, all of those types of things. So tell everybody about the two businesses that you own.
Well, I have, for 24 years, I've been in the real estate industry and have Solid Rock Realty. And then that, honest to goodness, I was so lucky because literally I woke up every single morning and could not wait to go to see the people. You know, I can't even, work and job can't even come out of my mouth about it because it never felt like that. And right about the time I started selling less and training more, so I had agents working, I was worried that I couldn't find that passion again, and I started taking flight lessons. And I end up, you know, being the part of Paul Kramer's Learn to Fly Center.
Right, Paul Kramer's Learn to Fly Center.
And so now I have this, and honest to goodness, I'm full of life again, full of passion again, wake up every morning, can't wait to be here. You know, I haven't worked on a Sunday in a very long time, right? I took Sundays off. And I come in on Sunday because I just can't stand it.
So what would you say that your passion is?
Well, it's funny because it's really people. It's seeing each person get to live all they were created to be, limitlessly and courageously. It just so happened that the businesses that I picked, you know, buying a home is one of the largest investments and biggest things people will do in their lifetime. And learning to fly is one of the most deeply felt passions of people that dream of being in aviation. So it is, both of them are highly charged for exactly what my passion is.
And something that you did for us, for me, for Chelsea, and for Cassie, is you gave us each flying lessons. I mean, a flying lesson each, I should say, but we got to sit in because the plane was a 4-seater. So we got to sit in with each other and with 3 takeoffs, with 3 landings, and we had an amazing instructor. We just fell in love with Pat. He was so awesome.
Great.
He was just so conscientious. He was so passionate about what he was doing. He was an amazing teacher, but you provided that for us. And, you know, my dad was a pilot.
You told me that, and that made it even better.
It was just, it was an awesome thing to experience. So how did this passion, though, for people and this want, how did that start for you?
Man, you know, it was always there. I mean, it really was always there. I think all the way back to, you know, selling Tom Watt to help Girl Scouts. And, you know, I found out about St. Jude's Children's Hospital and that people got to go there, for free treatments. And we had a bike-a-thon, and the county raised so much money, and I raised half of it. It just was always there. It was always about, I just knew early that life lived to its fullest was always going to be about contribution and serving other people. I was a what do they call it? Candy striper. I started candy striping at 12 to get to give. And then, you know, as soon as I could get paid at 16 or 17, whatever it was, I was a nurse's aide in a nursing home. You know, before I could do, right after I did that, I got to help people in their homes. I cared for them in their homes, you know. And before that, my mother was an oncology nurse, and I used to go with her to work and visit with patients that nobody came to see. So it's just always been something that made me happy.
So what do you think your life purpose is, based on everything that you just said?
I know that I wake up every morning and say, I live in such a way as to inspire people to be all they were created to be, limitlessly and courageously. So I believe that I live in a way that inspires people.
What kind of challenges do you have doing that? Because so many people, they want to do more of this in their own lives, but what kind of challenges do you have? Because, you know, I think that what you're experiencing could really help other people.
Well, we all have challenges, and a lot of things happened very early that wanted to wipe me out in that area, you know, attacks in the heart. So I wouldn't have a heart, that it would harden, and I wouldn't be able to give. And I just kept choosing. My passion to contribute was larger than any of the arrows that struck my heart. You know, I lived in my car in Detroit, Michigan at 19, 20, something like that, 19, I think. And, you know, that can be a little bit of a rough thing, you know. And I was happy every day because I chose to contribute instead of focus on. I've never met a happy, self-centered person. And when I have my bad days, and I have them, I have lots of challenges. You know, when you go after it, you find out that life kicks back and you have bad days. And on those days, it's where I dig deeper and I say, who can I serve today? Because I have had enough experience with it that I know when I lay down that night, I will know I've given everything I possibly can. And like for you guys, you know, I had a bad day that day. I really did, being honest. And when I went to close my eyes, I thought about you guys flying, and I thought about smiles on your faces and the excitement getting in. And then I started seeing the posts, and I'm happy. My heart gets so full that it overflows with joy. And I wake up the next morning ready to go again because I know that I gave and I know that it mattered.
It was an amazing experience for us. I mean, we were so appreciative the entire time. I mean, we still are flying high from that. And you know what's amazing too, though, about you, Christina? It's mesmerizing because you are an extremely strong, powerful woman who runs businesses. And some people who don't know you could look at you and think, wow, that woman is strong and even cold because she's so focused on what she's doing. She's running her business. She doesn't take crap from anybody. And it's just such a beautiful juxtaposition of power and just compassion.
Thank you.
What do you think that you have learned about yourself through all of this? Through your whole journey?
I think that I have learned how to always have peace, and that's possible. I have learned that it is possible to have a quiet mind. I used to have a lot of thoughts racing through my mind, and I didn't know that it was possible not to have them. And it is possible. I learned it's possible to keep a quiet mind. I have learned that I'm stronger than I thought I was, and that I'm not as strong as I think I am sometimes. And I have learned that out there doesn't run my life, and here does. And as long as I can hold on to that, I know that every day is going to be a good day, no matter what happens.
What kind of advice would you give to other people who have a passion and just need that little encouragement to start pursuing it?
Get around people who are doing it. Let me start here. Get away from people who aren't doing it. They will, you know, what do they say? Stay away from negative people. They have a problem for every solution. Get away from them. If you're going for it or you're wanting to go for it, the universe is going to line up first to tell you why it's not possible, to make sure that you really believe. You better have people around you that push you forward, that hold up your arms, and that believe in you regardless of what the circumstances look like.
What do you think your greatest achievement has been?
I think it's becoming the person that could do these things. That I really think that's a huge achievement. I love that quote from Jim Rohn. Don't set out to make $1 million. Make the goal of becoming who it takes, who you have to be to make $1 million. I've learned so much in managing people. And every day I know I get better at it because I can see it more from their perspective, you know? So I would definitely say that that's the biggest thing that I know and that I can do every day.
How can people find out more about you?
Well, you can go to Paul Kramer's Learn to Fly Center website. You can go to the up-and-coming Solid Rock Realty website that's being totally revamped and redone. But really, you know, get to know me. Because truthfully, even those websites, when you go to them, they're about you. Because I'm here to serve. So if you want to know more, come into Solid Rock Realty and experience our service. Come into Paul Kramer's Learn to Fly Center and experience our service. The best way to get to know me is to experience my businesses because they are my heart and soul, lived out.
We experience that. We get it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we tap and